Hello everybody, it's Coach Chris with Personally Fit. It's Thursday, we're already into December. I hope all of you are still trying to take good care of yourselves. Everybody got flu shots, I pray. Get your physicals by the end of the year if you met your deductible. Today we're talking about some mistakes people make when they're dieting, but I first wanted to share with you what I've done this last year. So about this time last year, I decided to finally lose weight once and for all. Now, like everybody, I could get myself on a diet. I know how to do that. I've gotten people down to single digits for bodybuilding meets, for making weight for sports, and have done that for myself. But I never was able to lose weight, not as an adult, and maintain it. Some years ago, I heard this great speaker, John Berardi, with Precision Nutrition, and me and another of our trainers kind of got into his reading, and we both got certified by Precision Nutrition. So I'm a level 1 certified Precision Nutrition coach. And this is a habit-based program. So instead of putting somebody on a diet, it's more about habits. Like everybody, I've been on a strict diet, a hard workout regimen to get myself down. But again, never was able to maintain that long-term fat loss, especially as an adult. And even through high school and college after my junior year to make weight for wrestling, I would gain more weight back. So something wasn't right. And working in the fitness industry, it felt very incongruent that I couldn't keep myself at a healthy body fat level. So I continued to study my precision nutrition courses and so forth, and decided that I was going to go through their pro coach system, which is what I offer with my Personally Fit nutrition coaching. And honestly, it is life-changing. It's not a diet. It's not a strict exercise regimen. It's habit-based. It's 52 weeks of me working with you, hearing about what's bugging you, helping you develop some long-term habits, not just to lose weight, to keep it off. So through this, I started in December, about this time last year, and I actually creeped up, I think, to about 204, December 19th, I have that written down. And by the time we started our weight loss challenge, I was 197. But by March, by the beginning of March, I was 178. Since March, I've stayed at about 178 to 182 with very little fluctuation, except that I've gained about 3 or 4 more pounds of muscle because training at a leaner body weight has worked for me. So if you're sick of going on a diet every 2 times a year to get your weight down, going on a detox, kicking up your activity to a crazy level for 6 and 8 weeks with your 6-pack abs, your PX90, whatever, rather than creating some lifetime habits that will keep you lean, this program is for you. So I want to share that with you because it has worked for me, and it has given me an incredible sense of accomplishment. I went to Colorado to be with my mother and some of my siblings for Thanksgiving. It's the first time I've gone to Colorado and didn't gain any weight because the habits that I've worked on for the last year have stuck. And they're not just 2 weeks of it. You have to work at it for a long time. The power is in the system, not the diet, not the exercise, that you have a system. You're getting a lesson every day on the Pro Coach system with the Personally Fit nutrition coaching, and you're going to do a lesson usually 5 or 6 days a week. You're going to work on a habit for 2 to 3 weeks, and you may revisit that habit if you don't have a lot of success with it. So it has some change in there, some variability depending on how you succeed at the various habits you may need to work on. And again, we're not working on a diet, we're working on other habits. One for me that has been so powerful is eating slower and eating till I'm 80% full. Those two have been super powerful. I've, as an adult, have always ate a lot of vegetables, always have eaten a lot of protein, which is something we've encouraged at Personally Fit. But because I ate so fast, it never registered for me that I was full. So I couldn't know if I was 80% full. I was up and out of the table after having 3 or 4 servings of protein foods, veggies, and a healthy starch, and eating for something else down the road. So it helps you face some of those habits you may have taken for granted. Another is noticing and naming. Noticing how I'm feeling, naming it, and really thinking rationally about it, using my adult mind to deal with that, or not deal with it, but obviously not just feeding myself more or drinking alcohol to deal with whatever is bugging me. So in that, I always call it noticing and naming, or not what you eat, but what's eating you, and being aware of that. So the Pro Coach system has a lot of other great habits, great insight into your own life, and as a precision nutrition certified nutrition coach level 1, I will see some of your answers, some of your responses, and give you encouragement or feedback and support. So there's something else that's important: support. A lot of people want to do a diet and just white knuckle their diet and exercise program with just willpower, and don't realize they need emotional and social support to help them stay on that plan. No big important change in your life are you going to be able to make unless you get that social support and encouragement. If your sweetie brings home a big bag of peanut M&Ms and hands them to you at 8:30 p.m. while you're watching Netflix, and you eat them unconsciously, and keeps you from getting that caloric deficit that allows you to lose weight over the long haul, that is going to sabotage you. But if they also come home and say, boy, I'm really proud of the way you've been eating slower and eating more vegetables. How do you feel doing that? Would you like me to walk with you in the evening for 20 minutes? That's encouragement and support. And also learning how to celebrate. That's another one of their lessons. Learn how to celebrate your victories. We, for whatever reason, don't think losing a lot of weight is a big deal. We think, oh, it should have been done. I should have had the willpower to do it. This program isn't about willpower. Obviously, you have to have some. You have to look at your daily lessons and so forth. You need to get some exercise. But there's so much more there that you're not just grinding it out. So when you have that social support and the environment, your house has the right kind of foods, and we're going to talk about that in our lesson today, it makes it easier for you to stick to your plan. So our Personally Fit nutrition coaching is about 52 weeks of me working with you, you working the Pro Coach system, and really working on not just what you're eating, but what's eating you, and looked at the limiting factors, the habits you have that have kept you from not just losing weight, although I'm sure you have lost weight, because anybody will lose weight on almost any diet regimen, but learning how to not just lose weight, but keep it off. In addition, you're not going to keep that weight off if you're always eating foods like a skinless chicken breast and steamed broccoli. Not that those are bad, some people like that, but I want a little more taste and flavor to my food. So you're not going to eat foods, stick to a diet that you don't enjoy if you can't sustain that. So that's the other thing. The habits you have to be able to sustain. They shouldn't be something that are so hard. Eating slow was hard for me. It took me about 2 months to master that. And I still wouldn't say I eat slow, but I eat a lot slower than I used to. And it is amazing in this last year how many times my wife has said, I've never seen you not finish your meals when we go out to eat until this year. Eating slow has given me that capability. I'm not even going to call it willpower or so forth, because I don't really think I have that strong of willpower. But that habit has allowed me to enjoy my food, feel better, and being able to stop. So if you're interested in Personally Fit's nutrition coaching system, go to our website, read about it, watch the video on there. Honestly, this is life-changing. I put myself through it so I could understand it to help our customers who are doing it. It's an online system. You don't have to come to the gym to do it. We can cover everything online. And it's about $40 a week, give or take, depending on how you want to pay for it. But it is a 52-week commitment. I guarantee it'll give you results if you do 90% of the lessons, because it's that life-changing. Okay, so 919-832-8484 is our phone number. Personallyfit.net is where you'll find out about it. So now I'm going to talk about opening up the Fat Loss Playbook, maintaining, not gaining. So the Pro Coach system really wants you not just to lose weight, but to keep it off. So maintain, not gain. It's important to integrate the maintenance habits along the way while you're losing weight. A lot of people go on a diet. Like I said, the huge majority of people go on a diet and lose weight, and they regain all the weight they've lost, and usually some more, because the program's too extreme. So that's one of the things. Don't be too extreme, okay? With our nutrition coaching system and our normal coaching, we remind our clients all the time, anticipate, plan, and strategize. Look ahead to the days, maybe the full week ahead, what you have that may get in the way from you succeeding. Look at your limiting factors, long day at work, cocktail party after work. This is the holiday season. And I want to encourage you, because we're talking about mistakes people make when they're dieting, is don't always run around feeling deprived, because you will binge then, okay? But the holiday season really is more of an occasion, an event, rather than weeks on end like we like to treat it in America. So if you're going to go to a good party and they have a lot of goodies you normally wouldn't eat, get your protein, get your veggies, drink plenty of water, and then taste a little bit of everything so you don't feel deprived. And also, if you're like most of us, we're blessed enough we get to go to more than one or two party. There's going to be some goodies at each of those I may want to taste, so I don't have to feel obligated to taste everything just because it's there. I'm not starving. So there's another thing. Being able to deal with a little discomfort. Gee, my stomach's not completely full. That's a mistake. People want to always find something to eat to fill themselves up. Use your rational mind. We're not starving. You're going to have another meal in a couple hours. It can be healthy. You might even want to have a snack now. Protein, veggies, a piece of fruit, something that would make sense. So some of the common problems people make with mistakes. We already mentioned anticipating, plan, and strategize. But also is don't buy what are your problem foods. If you bring tortilla chips home, Doritos, Tostitos, Fritos, whatever, and they're your problem food, that crunch and that flavor is something that you have a hard time putting down, don't buy them, okay? And here's another great thing, find some healthy alternatives. So maybe there's other healthy alternatives that will give you that salty and that crunch that are a lot better for you. So maybe a handful of salted almonds might take care of that for you. They're obviously a lot healthier for you than Tostitos or Doritos. You like that salty and you like that crunch. Maybe rice cakes. It doesn't have to be a perfect food. Rice cakes have a little salty flavor with a little guacamole mix on it. That might meet that flavor for you, okay? I know there's a coach out there who's very successful and usually stays on a pretty low carbohydrate program to keep himself relatively lean, and he tries to avoid a lot of carbohydrates. But his buffer food, the food that he uses as an alternative rather than cheesecake or cookies during the winter, are bananas. That banana, that sweetness of a whole banana, which is about 2 servings of fruit, is enough to take that edge off so he doesn't feel ravenous or deprived. He might dip it even in a little bit of peanut butter to give him another little flavor there. So there's a lot of things you can do. Another great alternative, if you have a sweet tooth, get you some good chocolate whey protein. We're big believers in whey protein. We use the Max Muscle products. They mix well, they taste well, they speed your muscle recovery, and they help you meet your macronutrients of proteins without adding a lot of extra calories. Maybe mix a chocolate protein with the unflavored or unsweetened vanilla or plain Greek yogurt. Get some protein, you get that sweet of the chocolate, and throw in some almonds. So find some healthy alternatives. And during the holiday season, some of the flavors you like sweet potatoes or yams, the canned yams are great to blend in a blender and use with a vanilla protein and some cinnamon. Unbelievable. Maybe throw in some nuts and blend it up. Gives you some good texture, gives you your protein, gives you the fiber from the yams, and gives you that sweet flavor of like a pie or a yam casserole. So those are some other healthy alternatives. Also, other healthy alternatives are like soda water. Flavored soda water without sugar. Sometimes you want that crisp feeling. Somebody was asking me yesterday, but I really like that tickle in my throat. And I said, well, you can have it. But you're using a diet soda to do that, which is hyper sweet. So you're going to crave those sweets. If you can cut back on those, that would really do good. And if it's really the tickle you want in your throat, you can just get a soda water with a lighter flavor. We don't want things that are so sweet that we continue to crave them all the time, because then that's all we're going to think about. So those are some mistakes people make, is they don't anticipate, plan, and strategize. They buy foods that are trigger foods for them and give them cravings and then really don't fill them up. Do you ever notice if you get filled up if you eat potato chips? No. Chocolate, peanuts? No, etc., etc. So those things don't register. Speaking of something to drink too, sweet tea and sodas are so popular. If you drink 300 calories of sweet tea and or a soda, your body doesn't register that 300 calories. It doesn't even know you've eaten it. It goes in and just raises your blood sugar. So it's likely whatever you eat after that is also going to be stored as fat, because you don't feel full. Whereas if you eat 300 calories of a chicken breast and a salad, you're going to feel that. It's going to hit bottom. I mentioned earlier, using the Pro Coach system for myself, eating slower made a huge amount of difference in my life. Well, Coach, what if I already eat slow? Try eating slower, see what that does for you. Because if you're still overweight, you're missing some of the fundamental habits. Honestly, most of you know what you should be eating. We've covered this before. Foods with 1 or 2 ingredients in them. Meat, chicken, eggs, fish, broccoli, cauliflower, green beans, potatoes, bananas, oranges, cherries. Okay, that's where we start. Healthy fats, avocados, almonds, olive oil, and find ways to prepare them that you like them. You're not going to stick on a program if you can't enjoy it. If you always feel deprived, sooner or later, you're going to just pig out and have a hard time keeping your weight down. You're going to feel like a failure. So this program, our nutrition program, and what I've been trying to teach you on these live events is not to do this with willpower, and sure don't do it with guilt and shame. There's a lot more important things to feel bad about out there in life than because you ate a piece of cheesecake or you ate the skin on a chicken or you had a biscuit, all right? Guilt and shame ain't going to get you there, okay? I will say one thing that will get you there, that will really help, is love. Love for yourself. That's the strongest power in the universe. Care enough about yourself and loved ones that you want to take care of yourself. So anyway, I've been down since last December, 25 pounds, give or take a couple pounds. And it's been life-changing. My joints hurt less. My workouts have been great. And I've done it without overworking, which is something that I will always do in the past, really kick up my activity, just like I did when I was a college athlete or a high school athlete. Now, it's important to recognize exercise also helps you deal with a little bit of angst and emotion. So trying to find that balance that I feel good, it's giving my health benefits, maintaining my lean muscle mass, but also not relying on it, being able to notice what I'm feeling and deal with whatever else is going on in my life. So those are some common mistakes. So I want you to go into the weekend anticipating, planning, and strategizing. One of my clients who's done a good job over the years has 3 parties on Saturday. So we talked about today, him eating a little cleaner today, a little cleaner tomorrow, getting a walk in tomorrow, getting a walk in Saturday morning, limiting some of the sweet drinks he normally would have, and then having a little bit of everything, but eating a good protein-rich breakfast with some fibrous vegetables and fruits on Saturday before he does his parties. Might be a great way to go, okay? If you have any questions or comments, please post them and let's see if we can answer them for you. We will post this on also on our YouTube channel, which is Personally Fit Coach, and you can review these. I would watch them in order, pick 1 or 2 things you want to work on and move towards that. Don't give up if you mess up, just get back on it or back up the habit you're trying to work on. And if you want long-term success, check out our Personally Fit Nutrition Coaching System, because it goes through all the stuff we've talked about and some. And you're going to get your weight down and keep it off rather than go on a diet every 3 to 6 months when you get disgusted with yourself. One last thing, I'm going to just show you an example of anticipating, planning, and preparing. Here's what I'm having for lunch. It's some pork ribs right here, some Brussels sprouts, I have a little butter on it, and some whole grain spelt. I think it's lentils and brown rice. Fortunately for me, that's stuff I all like. And if I need a little more, I can eat a little more of these items because these are healthy. That's a slower carbohydrate, a lot of fiber. I love Brussels sprouts, and of course I love meat. If you're still hungry, I'm gonna have another piece of meat and maybe a little more vegetables. I'm gonna work out today, so I'm gonna allow myself a little of this starchy carbohydrate. But recognize these are whole grains, so they're a lot healthier than a white piece of bread or French fries or crackers or something like that. So I enjoy the food, it's good for me, and it's satisfying. This is Coach Chris at Personally Fit. Tune in next Thursday. We're coming live again, and we look forward to having a happy and healthy holiday. Let's reach our goals.